Hey guys, All in Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. Today I want to talk to you about VECHAIN because I believe that with hindsight, people are going to look at this chart for VECHAIN and they're going to say, wow, why didn't we buy that dip? What an amazing buying opportunity. We're going to show you why I believe that is in this video. We're going to be looking at Elliott wave theory as it is my opinion that is absolutely present in the VECHAIN chart. We're going to switch it to a logarithmic after I've made my first point on VECHAIN. We'll keep it on the normal chart for now. You can clearly see you have a 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4 wave. You even have the waves within the Elliott waves. It's absolutely apparent, and I believe you're setting up for your 5th wave right now. I'm going to show you that in detail. First of all, let's take a quick look at where VECHAIN is today, as it has sold off considerably. Let's switch it straight back to its normal chart, and let's take a look at how severe this sell-off is roughly. So, at one point, VECHAIN had sold off by nearly 85%. How many of you bought that? I tried to, I didn't get filled on all my orders. However, I've been accumulating in this kind of low area here. And today, VECHAIN is still down 69%, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe there is a huge buying opportunity taking place right now. And I'm going to show you why that is. First thing I want to talk to you about, guys, is when you were up here, we did say you are very likely in a similar way to what you did in your 1 wave. You get way overextended from this EMA, the 20 EMA and the weekly. A pullback to a kind of, it acts kind of like gravity in a bull market and support. So a kind of colossal sell-off, given how overextended you were, was kind of to be expected. But what I want to really do, guys, and we're going to talk about a number of things in a second, you know, VECHAIN seems to have a real favorability with the Chinese government, or certainly certain aspects of it. I mean, this is an article here built on VECHAIN Thor. VTrust is now adopted by local Chinese governments, helping 300,000 plus citizens return to normalcy. Normality, I think that's probably supposed to say. So it's a good thing they have that favour. What we are very quickly going to do, and I'm going to show you, because to me, guys, and please tell me in the comments if you guys think I'm blind or crazy, but you definitely have Elliott wave theory here. It's so weird how a kind of theory, a trading pattern was essentially created by a man called Ralph Elliott years and years and years and years ago, and is still true to this day in charts. And really the reason being is because all charts are essentially driven by human beings, and human beings have emotions and so on and so forth. We're not going to get too much into the psychology of markets, but what I want to do is make it very apparent, and this is why I think, because essentially here's what I think is going to happen, guys. You're going to complete this 4 wave before you enter your 5th wave in a similar way to what you did your 2 wave. So you're going to do this, and then you're going to break above your EMA, and it's going to act as a kind of elevator, traditionally how it happens. And that, in my opinion, is around the corner. I think the overall market is essentially bottoming out right now. This is Bitcoin. We called the bottom here for Bitcoin, and we're still sticking to that. We don't think there is going to be any kind of a sell-off with this magnitude is out of the question, in my opinion. I think you've essentially made your ABC correction, and now you're going to continue on in this bull run. But in regards to VECHAIN, guys, let's quickly draw out the waves. One thing I want to point out before I actually draw out the larger waves is Elliott wave theory has, within your 1 wave, you have your Elliott wave theory complete down to your 2 wave. Absolutely apparent, ladies and gentlemen. Let me draw this very quickly. 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4 wave, 5 wave, before you have your A, B and C correction. Before then 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4 wave, 5 wave, before A, B, C correction. Now that is very roughly drawn. I just wanted to show you that the smaller waves are absolutely present. Let's draw the actual macro Elliott wave structure on here. So you've got your 1 wave, your 2 wave, 3 wave, and you are currently in your 4th wave before we then enter that 5th wave. Now let's talk about the 5th wave, because in the stock market it's usually the 3rd wave that is significantly bigger. It's the biggest wave, your 3rd wave traditionally. In the commodities market, however, it's the 5th wave actually outperforms the 3rd wave. And in the cryptocurrency space, quite typically, it's the end of the year, the end of the cycle, where we get that blow off top, everything goes sort of parabolic and sky high. I honestly think right now, guys, what is staring you in the face is an ABC correction. Because as long as your C wave is lower than your A wave, you can complete it. There's no kind of set, it doesn't have to be a certain sort of amount lower than your A wave, it just has to be lower, and that's how you know Elliott wave theory is played out here. And if you're going on just the candle body, guys, you can see that that is clearly already happened. I just think that VeChain needs to find more of a bottom, and like I say, at this, you are going to look back, and I could be totally wrong, guys, just my opinion. I am taking this bet personally. I'm betting on VeChain being higher than it is currently in the next couple of months. I do think the overall market is going to recover. I think if you look traditionally, this time of year for Bitcoin is always a kind of sell-off period. Whether that was 2017, we sold off by 40%, or whether that was 2013 and we sold off by 70%. It's always this time of year in a bull market where you get this kind of correction, and it really signals the kind of half-way mark of this bull. And you've still got a second half to come, guys. So I'm very, very excited. We like what we see. We are going to jump into some smaller time frames because there's also some very revealing stuff there. Some of you probably don't, maybe hearing about VeChain for the first time today. Very interesting project. We like VeChain because it really focuses on being a supply chain blockchain, which is huge. We've made previous videos where we spoke about the counterfeit goods market, which is about 3% of global trade is counterfeit. Now, some of you don't have a problem with, and I think designer brands, I don't buy designer clothes because I think it's total waste of money. It's the same sort of materials as the very cheap clothes. A t-shirt that you'll pick up for a tenner is the same material on a 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever price designer t-shirt you're buying. So you might not see a problem with buying fake clothing, which perhaps there is an argument for that. You are definitely hurting the business by doing that, or the company that does that. But the issue comes with things like counterfeit medicine, counterfeit foods, etc. You see where this becomes a problem. VeChain will completely eradicate that, and you can see some of the solutions here. Digital carbon ecosystem solution. It's such, honestly, sleeping giant. And right now, I think is certainly an entry point that I'm taking. I can't tell you what to do as I'm not a financial advisor, but this is a project that fills me with excitement. Sonny Lee, I think is I think that's his name, the second name. Sonny Lee, he used to be the Chief Technical Officer at Louis Vuitton. He has a very, very impressive price history. Not price history, job history. So we are super, super excited. So that's what we think is playing out, guys. We also want to jump to a smaller time frame, a 4-hour time frame, show you that you're playing out in the exact same way that you did in your the kind of end of your one wave. Now you can see this structure here that you're forming. And then you kind of fizzle out, you keep bouncing, and you are going to bottom out before coming back to your all-time highs and beyond. And you can see that at the end of the one wave, you did the exact same thing, guys. Fizzle out before bottoming and continuing on in this bull run. We think that is essentially going to happen, guys. And honestly, there is absolutely the possibility that it could go lower. I don't think you're going to have a sell-off anywhere near the magnitude that we've just seen. I think the kind of weak hands and the kind of, there's been enough bloodletting in the market is how I look at this. And this is part and parcel. Somebody like myself has eaten sell-offs like this time and time again. I'm a hodler, I'm a macro investor, and I can really see the value in the cryptocurrency space, and I can certainly see the value in something like VeChain. So that is really all I have for you in this video, guys. VeChain is currently sat at 22 and sat around about 8 cents. So it is literally cents, guys. It's up 17% on the week. It only has a $5 billion market cap. You can see you're making a similar structure here to what you made at the end of your one wave, having completed your 5 waves within your one wave, and then you enter your A, B, C correction, which is absolutely apparent, guys, in not only this, in all these structures. So that's really all that I have for you, guys. I mean, very, very excited. Like I say, VeChain has obviously slipped away, but ultimately we think the future is a bright one. Let's take a quick look at the daily, see if there's anything we can see there. You are still below your EMAs. The EMAs, I know a lot of people that trade EMAs, you've got to be careful doing that. It's quite fruitful. You can definitely see your ABC correction with a little bit more accuracy here. Absolutely. And hopefully we now bottom out and we continue on in this bull run, or certainly that's the bet that I'm taking. That's my analysis, if you will. You can see this EMA is absolutely acting as resistance at the moment. You need a break. Not only do you need a break, you need a break with momentum. Let's take a quick look at the volume as well, because there could be a telling sign within the volume. Let's just make this a little bit more. Let's perhaps switch the colors up. to make the volume a little bit more noticeable for you. Now, also something very telling, you need to look at volume. People are asking me, why is the market not doing anything? It's simple, there's no volume in the market. So any moves that come now are going to be nominal. That's why we're seeing those marginal lower lows, and we're not making any higher highs, because we're going to need more pressure at this point to move us upwards than we would have if we were already at a kind of vantage point. Now, what I want to point out is when you bottomed from your 2 wave before then entering your 3 wave, look at the volume, and this is typical across the entire crypto space. It goes very, very low vol, guys. The volume essentially completely disappears before you then kind of regenerate, if you will, and you enter your next wave. Look at what's going on right now with the volume, guys. Very, very low volume. So there are so many things that are kind of telling me right now, look, buy VECHAIN. You know, it's at a huge discount still, 60-something%, whatever it was. You know, you can't really go wrong. It's already got to these sort of 28 cents ranges. So it's, you know, it's a huge discount right now. I think it's 70% discount. I'm just like, you know, do I need to say much more? I don't know. Maybe I do. If I do, let me know in the comment section. Overall market looks to be sort of, you know, basing out now. We know that Bitcoin certainly, in my opinion, does that. It's making a similar structure. It's making a bottoming out structure. Marginally lower lows are a good thing. Marginally higher highs are a bad thing, and that certainly played out. Yes, lots of people called for your Wyckoff accumulation up here, but these kind of marginally higher highs just really, especially in a macro sense, just show that you were really running out of momentum. And in hindsight, sell-off was actually long overdue. Marginally lower lows, marginally lower lows. I can show you a million examples before you then bottom out and continue on in this bull run. Very excited, ladies and gentlemen. Go and map the Elliott Wave Theory out for yourselves. That is all I want to say on this video. I'm going to love and leave you. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and hopefully I'll see you all on the next YouTube video. I'm going to love and leave you guys. Peace out. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.